I come from British Columbia, west coast of Canada, and I was born in Souk, which is a village on Vancouver Island, which is off the west coast. In 1937, my family moved to England. We were living in London, and but I went to a boarding school in Wiltshire. It was a tank training place, so I got to be quite enthusiastic about tanks, and I said, if this war goes on, if I have to join up, I'll be in a tank. I became 18, so I was actually a university student at the time, and I wanted to join the Armored Corps, and so I went to the Canadian military headquarters in Trafalgar Square, and I said, I want to join the Army. And the fellow said, why do you want to join the Army? I thought, I was thinking what the right answer to that question was, and he then said to me, are you prepared to die for your king and country? And I said, yes, sir. He said, you're enrolled. Anyway, I had a pretty good training because I had previously been as an air cadet, and also when I was in London in the Home Guard. So I pretty well knew basic training. And I joined the Canadian Armored Corps, and I was directed to the Sherbrooke Fusiliers. In about March of 1944, I was 19, just turned 19 then, and so March, April, May, June, we were ready to go for the invasion. So happened to landed on D-Day. We went on board the tank landing craft. It must have been 3 or 4 days before. It wasn't very comfortable because they were just bare boxes with steel floors, and we couldn't sleep in our tanks, so we slept on the metal. And then, of course, there was a delay in the thing. The crossing was terrible. It was over. We left about 6 o'clock in the evening. I was seasick, and I thought, when you're, I don't know if you've been seasick, but you're quite prepared to die. So I thought it couldn't be worse than this. We had been shown a photograph of the beach, and they said, there's a house in this photograph, 3-story house, and you're to leave the beach with that house on your right-hand side, because that's where the Royal Engineers will have built a ramp. And that house is now Maison de Canadien, which is quite something. I didn't realize that until I came to the 70th anniversary celebration. And I said, this is where we landed, Yes. Anyway, that was and our objective was to capture Caen in 24 hours. So it was to be a walkover. Objective was to reconnaissance what they call a harbor for the regiment, and preferably at Carpiquet Airport. And however, if you get to the airport and it looks like there's problems, you let us know and we'll have to find another place. And but I said, we've lost radio communication. Well, he said, there's not much point going on any further. We'll go home. And we turned around and we came back to the beach, we joined up again with the regiment. They sent me back from Normandy to England at the end of August. So I was there for the taking of Caen, and we were just preparing to take Falaise when I was sent back. And they sent me back, and I got a commission then and became an officer and joined and I was then sent back to Holland to the Winnipeg Rifles. And I was with them until VE Day, where we wound up in northern Germany at the end of the war. The first time I came back to Normandy, I was with my wife, and we were on holiday, and we had a car, and we were driving through the country, and I said, well, I said, let's go to Bernères-sur-Mer, and I'll show you where we landed on D-Day, and it was the summer, and it was a holiday and people on the beach, and it was just like it is now, but D-Day I don't think was as big a thing in those days, that I came back for the 70th anniversary. That was totally different. I mean, the most impressive thing I got was the fact that we had sort of forgotten about D-Day and the invasion. But the local people, they never forgot. And to them it was the end of 4 years of horror. And I realized that, to them it was a total different experience to what it was to us. To us it was just something we'd done overseas and we were on. I didn't realize until 70 years after how big a thing it was to the local people.